Support for Radio Friends comes from OsteoStrong. Improvements in bone density, strength, and power can be achieved by weekly 5-minute no-sweat sessions on their 4-Spectrum machines. These isometric robotic machines safely emulate high-impact loading on different parts of the skeletal system, which stimulates activity in bone-building cells. Balance and agility can be improved by 2-minute sessions on vibration plates. Every session is supervised by a trained coach. Learn more on Facebook or call to set up a complimentary wellness assessment and session. Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Thursday, September the 7th. We're going to talk about the Community Garden Coalition, and I want to introduce you to Bill McKelvey. Good to have you here.
Hi, Paul.
Bill.
Thanks for having me.
Why don't you bring people back up to speed about what this organization is?
So we're an all-volunteer organization, and we help groups start community gardens in Columbia, Missouri, and we help them sustain their gardens. So
how many community gardens are there in the area?
We're around 20 or so community gardens, and those include neighborhood-based gardens along with youth or school-based gardens.
Mm-hmm. If somebody wants to start a community garden, it's a little bit late now, but you can still do something for the fall, right, if you want to?
Sure. And, now is a good time to start thinking about planning for next year, especially when we're thinking about community gardens and all that's involved in terms of organizing the people and getting the land identified, getting your resources and tools together.
When you have a community garden, I would imagine there's some problems that are a little bit difficult to overcome, like rotating where you plant your crops in that community garden, because you don't have that much space.
It's true. A lot of gardens are relatively small space, and so folks may not be able to rotate or do crop rotations like they typically would if they were a farmer. But I think folks make do. They tend to use a lot of compost and mulch in those places. And if they have a chance to move crops around, then they do that.
Mm-hmm. So what can people do if they want to start a community garden, they don't know where to go, what to do, they come to you?
Right. They can contact us, and we can kind of walk them through the steps that are involved in getting a garden started. Well, the first thing is to identify a small group that's willing to kind of take initial charge of the project. We encourage folks to think about who's going to be involved and really trying to assess the interest within their neighborhood or within the group who they think may want a garden. It's important that they identify the gardeners, because really it's the gardeners at a community garden who provide the work.
And the land, you have to come up with the land, too.
You have to come up with the land. Water is a critical piece for community gardens.
Does somebody donate a piece of land and say, this is specifically for the garden?
It happens in all different types of ways. So oftentimes an organization will have land that they allow to be used for a community garden. I'm thinking about the Broadway Christian Church, for example. They have a large garden that serves a lot of refugee gardeners. Private landowners as well will make property available.
Okay. So if people want more information on this, what do they need to do?
They can email us, info@comogardens.org,
okay,
or they can go to our website, comogardens.org.
Okay, so comogardens.org, that'll give you all the information you need, and we wish you the very best of luck and hope you find some green thumbs there.
Thank you, Paul.
Now, my friend Nanette Ward is with us, Stop Human Trafficking Coalition for Central Missouri.
Yes.
You're having an event coming up, right?
Yes, we're doing it in partnership with Magnolia Ministries. It's a walk for freedom, and it's part of a international global awareness walk to raise local awareness about human trafficking. So there'll be participants all around the globe in cities across the country and around the world on October 14th.
This is October the 14th all over the world? All
over the world. So we just invite people. There's no cost for registration, but there is a registration, so we can plan on people coming. a21.org/walk to register. You just go online. It's free. But Magnolia Ministries and the Stop Human Trafficking Coalition are collaborating to host the walk here in Columbia, Missouri. Also in Missouri so far, there'll be a walk in Camdenton, Missouri. So really anywhere around the country and around the world, there'll be communities gathering together on October 14th. Here in Columbia, it's going to be at Stevens Lake Park at 9:30. We invite people to come and register. There'll be T-shirts available.
Now, when you register, you make a donation?
There is no registration fee. If people want to donate, then the two organizations will split anything that people want to donate.
Okay, so it's free.
Yes.
But the nice thing to do would be make a donation if you're going to.
It is a nice thing, yes.
But you will also have information.
We'll have lots of information.
What do you think, Nanette?
So if you even want to come out just for that, just come. Just come. Yes.
Right. If you don't want to walk, just come out and get the information. What are you trying to get across to people? What is the most important bit of information that you're hoping you can spread?
So really, we have to sort of raise the alert here that it is happening. 15 plus years, the coalition has been talking about it, and there are still people who don't know.
Didn't something in Sedalia?
Yes, there was a Sedalia Operation Cross Country, rescued 200 victims of sex trafficking.
This was just recently?
Yes, the news just came out this month. I just recently spoke to a group in Sedalia, and they were very aware, very alarmed, and I didn't have to tell them that it happens here, but if it hadn't had their own news, I would be having to share with them that yes, in fact, in all the communities around our state and around the country. There is also recently news about a Potosi police officer, Missouri Potosi police officer, who is facing charges of child sex trafficking, and he exploited children in his uniform and when he was on duty. So again, a trafficker can be anyone. Again, buyers can be anyone. Victims can be anyone, and we have to really raise the alert that this is something very real around the globe.
The number one thing to look for, what do you keep your eyes open for?
Again, the first thing is just to know the exploitation of human beings is happening both in sexual exploitation and labor trafficking. So just first of all, knowing that anyone could be in a position of being taken advantage of, and someone basically selling them or using them in forced labor.
What is labor trafficking?
So that's when somebody is used for labor services. It could be babysitting. It could be working on a construction crew. Could be in a hotel, in a restaurant. But they are being coerced, taken advantage of, not getting the wages, force, fraud, or coercion to be doing those labor services.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you want more information on this, the best place to go would be where?
So you can register at a21.org/walk, but you can contact the coalition on our website, stophumantraffickingmo.com. Come at 9:30 a.m. is the check-in. We'll have a rally at 10, and we'll start the walk at 10:15. All ages are welcome. We invite you to wear black in solemn solidarity because this is a time for a serious walk and awareness about this critical
That's October the 14th,
crime.
Stevens Lake.
Yes.
Park. Okay. Thank you, Nanette.
Thank you.